it going? Here we go. Make sure everything's working here right. Well, maybe I have to do this. Here we are, we're playing Washington. Washington's 4-4, we're 5-2. And we're playing away.
Today, from FedEx Field in Landover, Maryland, it's Week 9 of the NFL on EA Sports. We'll see Carson Wentz and the Washington Commanders taking on Kirk Cousins and the Minnesota Vikings.
This building holds just north of 80,000, and they have come out in very good numbers today at FedEx Field in Landover, Maryland. Today, it's a Week 9 matchup set to go here between the Minnesota Vikings and the Washington Commanders.
How many times they get in?
Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gunn. And Charles, we look at this Washington team as they enter play here. They come in feeling good after back-to-back victories. Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Vikings, they're in a real groove of late. Winners of 5 of their last 6 games.
And the offense last week, they had things humming. If you're a defensive player, you may get overshadowed a little bit, but you're really buoyed by what your offense is doing.
And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. The Vikings offense coming out for the first time, and in his 5th season leading this crew, coming off his 3rd career Pro Bowl nod, Kirk Cousins.
I like this guy, and the reason I do, he tends to stay on an even keel, doesn't let too much ruffle him. He will manage the game the way it needs to be managed, take what the defense gives him, and then he can strike at times. Had a touchdown pass. Yes, he had an interception last week, but he found a way for his team to win.
Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 11 yards there on the first play from scrimmage. He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, said he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue? Just make sure you feed me the football. And that's what they're all about.
Oh, yeah.
Continuity, rhythm, number of carries. Just keep giving it to them.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. He's going to get this one down to Cook. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And now it's 3rd and 4.
Well, this defense for the Commanders, they were excellent a week ago in that victory over Indianapolis.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground.
First down, here's the run with Cook. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Pernell McPhee in there on the stop.
The Vikings sitting at 5-2 on the year, and they come in on a good run, winners of 5 of their last 7.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
A first down from Minnesota. Cousins finding Thielen. Cousins gives way to Cook. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
That was dumb.
He couldn't get away. He'll wind up losing a dozen yards, a 12-yard loss, and it brings up 3rd. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. It's caught at the 10. The defense shaking their heads, not aggressive enough, and they allow him to convert a 3rd and 18. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Up the middle, it's Cook. Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. Here's Cousins. Complete. Smith has it. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. They'll get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues.
Well, they just continue to march the ball down the field here through the air, Charles. He is now 6 of 6 throwing the football.
And it would help the defense if he was just throwing it to one guy because you could, marshal some forces over there.
And he will take this one into the end zone for a Viking touchdown. C.J. Ham, his 5th rushing touchdown now on the year. And the Vikings get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Looking sharp on that first drive. These guys, of course, coming off back-to-back victories, and you see that kind of advancing into this game, don't you?
You certainly do, and when you have a team that doesn't get too full of itself, even though they've won 2 games in a row, you get the end result that we saw there, that nice opening drive because they're sharp, they're focused, and they're locked into everything that they're doing.
Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown.
And he'll very wisely take a knee here as they'll bring this one out to the 25 on the touchback.
Commanders trot to the field for their first possession, and it's the 7th-year quarterback out of North Dakota State leading the way. His 3rd NFL team, Carson Wentz.
And I thought it was a really nice performance last week by him. 3 touchdown passes. I think that signifies exactly what he was getting done. He did have the 1 interception.
But that's the ratio you say you're okay with, right?
If you go 3-1, you're going to be pretty happy over the course of the season. And let's face it, he'll never blame the receiver publicly. But behind closed doors, he probably told his agent, hey, what's the deal? I should have had a perfect game.
Throwing on first is Wentz.
And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete.
One thing that you're going to see from this offense is that they love the matchup with their wide receivers against this secondary. That one wasn't successful, but don't expect them to back away from attacking all game long.
Now here's a throw that's complete. And he's got this almost to the 40 before going out. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now Wentz.
And that one going to be off target and incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got second and third down to fall back on.
To throw again on second down, Wentz. And he comes back with one complete. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48. And forget about the run to set up the pass. They're just coming out throwing.
Forget trying to set anything up. They feel like they have the advantage. They feel like they have the matchups, and they're just attacking right now.
Yep, going to the air on the opening drive. Down to about the 45. The numbers on the ground for Gibson a week ago. 24 carries, 89 yards, and a touchdown.
In a perfect world, they'd run the ball the same way they did last week, but against the #1 rush defense in the league, they're going to have to find a different way to move the ball. Maybe they start throwing it early and come back to the run.
And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
Wentz now on first down. Completes this to J.D. McKissick out of the backfield. Only able to gain a couple there, and it'll be second down. Straight ahead, Gibson. And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a third down. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Now Wentz on third down. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. It's Cameron Dantzler who picks it. And the Vikings are going to have the football here at their own 35-yard line.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. They start the drive with Cook. And he lost the football.
Oh, shit.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. Cousins' throw pulled in by Jefferson. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That'll go as a pickup of 32 on the catch and run.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Cook up the gut. Down to the 22-yard line.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. He wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. They'll run it. Here's Cook. And he takes it down to the 13 and picks up the first. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. They'll try to throw now. Cousins. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Against a team coming off a win just as your team did the previous week, you talk about being physical all game long. Sometimes being physical is just being on the spot and helping force the incompletion.
Play action now. Cousins. And it's intercepted at the goal line. picked by Kendall Fuller. And the Commanders are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. 4-4 their record through 8 games on the season. Would you say that this team has overperformed, underperformed, or are they kind of right where you thought that they would be?
Do you mind if I say yes, yes, and yes? Because ultimately to me, 4-4 is about where they should be, because we've seen weeks where they've been really, really good. They've looked terrific. Other weeks where we've wondered just how good is this team. They want to be consistent in their play, not consistently inconsistent, which is what they've been thus far.
On second down, here's Gibson again. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
From the gun on third down, Wentz. That one complete out to Dotson. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. Wentz. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's second down.
They made a nice effort to stick him with a loss for that play, but it's going to take more than that to keep him from advancing the ball. Should be an entertaining battle anytime he tucks and runs over the second half of this contest.
And this is going to be a Commander's first down as good running gets him to about the 44.
A good run there off right tackle in an old school NFL football. The right side of the offensive line, often known as the nasty side. The left side, usually the technical side. Kind of reminds me of the old Atlanta Falcons 2009, 2010. That's how they constructed their offensive line.
Jahan Dotson was the intended receiver, but it's going to be second down.
This could be the start of a nice stand from this defense now after getting walked backwards on this drive. Come through with another one here, and you have them staring at a 3rd and long, and that puts the defense in a position to dictate to the offense.
And he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43. The first down line at the 34 here on third down. To throw is Wentz. And the ball is knocked out. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line.
The start of this game has me doing flashbacks and remembering when I was playing and seeing a similar start and seeing the head coach actually take a timeout and gather the whole team around him.
Come on, you got blocked that big time, bitch.
Let's get some focus going here because maybe he just sensed that maybe the whole team wasn't ready to play.
Yeah, well, they've gone interception, now fumble. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. To throw is Cousins. Buying time to his left. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for 3rd. Now Cousins. That ball nearly intercepted, but he could not hang on. Oh, pick there certainly would have been nice. Instead, at least it'll be 4th down. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. Fair catch called for and made right at the 25-yard line. They'll call that a 33-yard punt with no return. And the Commanders will take over with a 1st and 10. Wentz bringing the Commanders up for 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Here's Wentz to throw. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. Danielle Hunter in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
Like the footwork back there, I thought he did a pretty good job of evading that first wave of players. Tried to buy a little extra time out of the pocket, but in the end, oh, that was a tough one.
Yeah, winds up getting buried for the loss. A run here for J.D. McKissick.
Gets this up across the 20 to the 21 or 22. Did show some power on that run, breaking the tackle.
Washington on third down.
Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is going to be 3rd and 13. Working from the gun, Wentz. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
So on 4th down, Washington going to call on Tress Way to punt it away.
He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. A good return there. Call it 13 yards.
And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. Week 9 here in the National Football League. We'll have 9 weeks to go after this. We got a couple of good matchups in prime time to wrap up the first half of the season. Tonight, Tennessee and KC in the AFC. And then tomorrow night, an interconference matchup. Baltimore and New Orleans from the Superdome.
Cousins now to throw on 1st down.
Justin Jefferson bringing in the slant. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Throwing is Cousins. Throw left side on target to Thielen. And he'll go out of bounds right around the 40.
The Commanders bringing out the nickel package on 3rd down.
Cousins now.
And he's got his tight end. That's Smith. And they're going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 28.
They'll try the middle with Cook. And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
And he's brought down here just outside of the 20.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there, perfectly, and that is caught. What a grab at the 8. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Doesn't matter whether it's a zone coverage or man coverage, the drag route can be effective when it's run well.
They'll run with Cook. They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4.
It's largely been the air attack that's gotten them down here, but now's where you start to lean on that running game. That's a good pickup there on 1st and goal.
2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal.
Trying the power game with Ham.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota.
C.J. Ham with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Vikings have taken a 2-touchdown lead now.
Joseph now to have the PAT. And it's good to make it 14-0. So that drive consumes 9 plays all told. And it results in a 4-yard touchdown run.
Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. Taken at the goal line. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. So already not the best of kick returns there, but that penalty, that adds insult to injury and backs him up even closer to the goal line.
Yeah, not ideal field position to begin a drive, is it? Because the extra pressure now goes on the offense. They've got to get some early yards and get away from the shadow of their own goalposts. What every offense wants to do in this situation, get 2 first downs to help out with field position at the least.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
We remind you in just a couple of minutes we'll get you to Orlando and our good friend Jonathan Coachman. Coach will run through some of the numbers and the next-gen stats from this first half of football so far. Wentz.
And his throw is incomplete.
Well, this is a half where not just the coverage, but the entire defense is setting the tone in this game.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
A give up the middle to Gibson.
And he's going to be stopped up right at the line of
4th and
scrimmage. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively, and it likely forces a punt situation on 4th. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
Tress Way on 4th down is sent out to punt.
First kick 47. This one looks good as well. Fielded at the 33.
I spun right around his ass. See that?
There, 17 yards. And this offense takes over in great shape right at the 50. 1st and 10. Good starting field position for the Vikings as they have it 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. Out to his left.
And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it.
As soon as I saw him break contain and get outside, my first thought and my eyes gravitated downfield, because nowadays, most of these quarterbacks, when they do that, they want the big play downfield. They don't want to throw it short. In this case, he took the shot. It fell incomplete.
And he's going to be stopped up at about the 47-yard line. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
Off the play fake, Cousins steps away.
Oh, what a catch there by Thielen.
And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes.
I believe they buzzed down. They're going to take another look at this play with all reviews coming from the replay official here in the final 2 minutes of the half. Did he keep those feet in bounds?
No.
That's the question they got.
He didn't.
So that challenge, a successful one. So on 4th down, on is the punter, Ryan Wright.
Oh, it's a wobbler here. And the fair catch is taken at about the 13-yard line here. Only 29 yards on the punt there. Definitely not his best. And the Washington offense will be backed up to start this drive as they've got it 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, here's Wentz. This one complete to Curtis Samuel.
And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts
as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. On 1st down, Wentz, and Thomas has it. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. From the 29, Wentz. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down.
A throw to the flat here for McKissick.
And he'll be stopped at the 27-yard line, well short of the 1st down marker. Now a second timeout called for by the defense as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. And now the punter, Tress Way, as he sends this one away. This is taken at the 23.
A good head down running on the return, gets about 15 yards.
And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
And with 7 seconds remaining, not much time to really do anything.
Flushed out right.
Oh, going for Jefferson downfield.
Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Throwing back across
You can't outrun
body.
Jefferson, you dumb bitch.
By Cameron Curl. And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half.
So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game.
You should just lay down on the ground. You see damn well you couldn't outrun him.
At our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, all right, Brandon. Thank you very much. Hi again, everyone. Let's get you caught up with what's going on around the NFL as we are officially into the second half of the season. We'll get our tour started out at Venerable Soldier Field in Chicago. And as they approach halftime, it's the Bears who are out in front. Darnell Mooney, a touchdown reception. From there, we head down south to Atlanta to check on the Falcons at home at Mercedes-Benz Stadium. And it's the visiting LA Chargers who are out in front. Justin Herbert with 2 touchdown passes. Lastly, let's motor up to the Motor City. See what's happening with the Lions at home at Ford Field. And that game all tied up with the visiting Green Bay Packers. In the game you're watching, it's been Kirk Cousins with a hot hand in the first half. His guys have a 2-touchdown lead as we hand it back over to Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for
they get the ball.
Number 3. Washington down on the scoreboard.
They ain't returning
but
that, I don't
getting
believe.
the football first here, and we are back underway
maybe.
on EA Sports. This taken in at the goal line. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively. Virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well. They've kept them around in this game. Now they've got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
From the 44, Wentz. There again is Thomas. They've gone to him a lot. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And that'll leave him with a 3rd and 2. From the gun, it's Wentz. Able to connect with Dotson.
What the fuck?
But he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race.
That's a flag.
So they hit pay dirt, but don't count it yet. There's laundry on the field. We'll see what the penalty flag is about. Down in this one, they needed that score, but they'll have to hold at least for the time being.
You're exactly right. Points that they had to have. As you said, they have to regroup now and see if they can get them another way.
Gibson here running out of the gun. Taken down at the 47-yard line.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Throwing is Wentz. That's complete. Terry McLaurin with it. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 33. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. To throw, it's Wentz. And yet again, it's McLaurin. And he's going to be brought down.
Yeah, he took a hit on that one.
Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the number 3 man in the NFL in terms of receiving yards.
Also tells you there's a full combination of what he's got going in his game. You name it, from route running to catching the football. That's why he's able to produce those types of numbers.
And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10.
Nice rhythm throw there on 1st down. He located his tight end, made it a nice, easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. On 2nd down, a run with Gibson. And he'll fight his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line.
A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
Yeah, this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
Sure, get what you can.
Sly able to put this one through, and they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3. So a good drive
Be
there to
fair,
begin
they've stopped
quarter
my running
but
game.
they're only able to shave 3 points
For the
off
most
the lead.
part.
Well, something's better than nothing, all right? They didn't play
Yeah, we
particularly
ain't
well in
doing
the
over
first
that.
half, but they definitely need him to step on the accelerator now and play a whole lot better.
And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line. So here are the Vikings to take over. They're working on a 4-game winning streak, and they lead this one as well right now as they start 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he's taken down, but able to
looks
slip
prepared.
across the 35. 48 yards rushing for him here as he starts to draw closer to a 1,000-yard campaign.
Well, CD, a lot of times like to separate speed and quickness, and they've got a back that's both. We know that he's fast in the open field, but, man, his first step is so quick, too.
It is something, isn't it? Because you think of that type of speed getting to the perimeter and turning upfield, but also when you run those inside runs, he can get into the secondary so fast the linebackers don't have a chance to react.
Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a 1st down.
Evident there that he learned his lesson from the last drive. No way he was going to force a throw that time. When nothing broke open, kept it, and ended up running for a 1st down himself.
Another tote for the workhorse this afternoon. It's Cook. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
From the 44, Cousins dancing to his left. That one into the hands of Thielen, complete. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now Cook running right.
Oh,
Down
almost
at the
found a hole.
35. It'll be 2nd down.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
On 2nd down, this is Madison. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2.
What a luxury to have a guy like this who can not only spell your starter, but can come in and keep drives going.
Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2. 3rd down. Here's a run by Cook. And he works his way free all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone. It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the 1st. A lot to praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
Following the good run by Cook, here's another 1st and 10. From the red zone now, Cousins rolling to his right. This is caught. Touchdown. Justin Jefferson with touchdown number 7 on the year, as his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical. That's one of the words you've taught me. and they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the third quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
Joseph connects on the extra point.
And the lead is up
3
to
minutes
18
and 3
now.
seconds.
Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the
I
touchdown.
got all that. That's all I thought, dude.
This fielded right at the goal line. And he'll wind up getting a couple extra yards here for his trouble and bringing it out of the end zone as he's down at the 27.
They were trying to create some space to run. They created the penalty.
And you work on it so much. You work on it so hard. But it's tough to simulate game speed in practice, and that often runs you into a penalty.
Wentz now on first down. Open man is Samuel, complete. And out of bounds across the 15-yard line.
Coming up on 2nd and 7.
Throwing now is Wentz. Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him.
Yeah.
And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. Now Wentz. And this turns into a nice gain with a slide at the end. The escapability in evidence there is that one good for 15 and a first.
A handoff for Gibson.
Oh, shit.
Oh, look at the juke.
Oh, I got
And
his
taking
fucking
it
ankle.
across
Cool.
midfield and just shy of the 40.
48 yards
Oh, my
rushing on
goodness.
12 carries for him now.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say maybe that gives him a little juice because you're right, he's strong. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And the Vikings pick up the football. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, if these guys wanted to get back in this game, they needed an almost perfect second half, and down 3 scores. A lost fumble here certainly doesn't fit into that plan.
That reminds me of my plan in college to get an A on the papers I turned in, but that didn't work out too well either. Too many mistakes by both of us. I mean, that's just pure and simple. And that's why that's exactly where they are in this ball game. They're going to need a huge turnaround if they want to try and win this one.
Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it.
In the third quarter here in D.C., a 2nd and 10 upcoming.
Now Cousins.
Throw caught there by Osborne.
And he'll be out of bounds at the 25-yard line. Third down, Dalvin Cook. And he's able to
Good thing
get
I
it to the
stutter stepped
33. Good enough for a first down. It's an
He would've
8-yard
had me.
pickup and leads to a new set of downs.
Well, someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot of it's been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on third down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards. They run on first down as they get about 3.
Well, that dude
2nd and
gets back
7
there pretty
forthcoming.
quick.
Not a huge carry there on first down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on second down.
On 2nd and 7, Cousins. It's caught. Smith. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the third quarter of action. 3 quarters have come and gone. We'll return with more after this.
7-7.
You're watching the
Here comes
NFL
Make Good Luck,
on
right?
EA Sports. So after 2 first downs, they get another here. 1st and 10 at the 45. Handoff comes
That
to
dude's
Cook.
in the back
And he
there
got
every
blown
time,
out.
that number
Losing
93.
yardage on the play back at the 44. He'll lose a yard there, and it's
Sometimes
2nd
I
and
get
11.
lucky and I'm barely missing, but
On play action, Cousins. That is caught by Thielen.
And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. A gain there of 21 yards. They have the nice cushion. They just want to pour it on right now, still throwing the football.
And I know my background says, why do you need to do this? Just go ahead and run out the clock and get a win. But as many people have pointed out to me, this is a video game, man. Go ahead and put the numbers up. Sportsmanship, not an issue.
Exercise those fingers. And he'll take this down to the 33.
87
Brandon,
yards.
I got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down.
And
Dude.
he can't find
That was my
anywhere to go with
bad.
it. And he goes down.
Yeah.
They push him back 8 yards that time on second down.
Yeah, some real defensive resistance there, saying not so fast to a good drive. They had marched to the end zone the last time out.
So now after the sack, Cousins and the Vikings come up here 3rd and long. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
Now Cousins on 4th down. He'll let this go for the end zone. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. K.J. Osborne, 41 yards. And the Vikings are closing in on a 6-2 start as they extend this 4th quarter advantage. He's got them out now to a 3-score lead here in the 4th quarter.
Oh, yeah, that was a nice pass, guys.
He looked right off the line like he knew that that ball was coming his way, and he secured it for 6 points.
Oh,
Yeah, and
yeah.
I think when you're leading by a healthy margin already, it actually loosens you up and allows you to take maybe a few more chances and definitely play with more confidence, because he certainly saw something he could exploit in the defense, and he made sure to let his quarterback know, just get it to me. And the rest was all up to him, and he delivered and made it a 3-score game.
Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. There's too much to handle on the other side in this one. And down he goes. They bring down Wentz on the sack. Well, Zadarius Smith there getting in and bringing him to the ground.
Zadarius Smith switched teams, but never left the NFC North, going from Green Bay to Minnesota in the offseason. Had a back injury in 2021, but 26 sacks in 2 seasons as a Packer prior to that.
Was trying to find Jahan Dotson, and now it's 3rd down.
Got a piece of Wentz, too.
Now Wentz. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
Shit, they got to go for it.
Now Wentz, gotta have this one. And it's incomplete.
And hit him.
Not convert.
He had 2 chances at it.
The Commanders went for it, but they cannot pick up the first. And boy, possession here turns over with a football already being in the red zone. First down. Here's Cousins. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
Blitz my ass.
That's Daron Payne with a sack that time.
It's interesting, partner, that most defenses try and guard the 35-yard line actively because they think the way kickers are nowadays, about a 52-yard field goal, they're kind of giving up points. But you get even deeper into territory, you get into the red zone, they're going to guard it even more, which means more pressure, more blitzing.
And a nice gain of 21 yards. Still throwing the football here, even with the big lead.
Yeah, I know you and I came up in a different era, and we think about sportsmanship and all that. Other people think about fantasy points and getting their numbers. That's all they care about right now.
Cook will take this into the end zone for a Viking touchdown. Well, Charles, they had the comfortable lead, and now it's even more comfortable. Another score here in the fourth quarter to grow that lead.
But I think your initial reaction is surprise when you see a team piling it on this late in the blowout. But there are plenty of coaches who also think that if you pull up completely and stop trying to play the game, it shows disrespect to their opponent. So they don't want to embarrass them. They continue to let their players go for it.
Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown.
God damn.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Their mini two-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat. And he almost had his second pick of the game. Probably should have. Yeah, he's frustrated as it falls incomplete. On 2nd and 10, Wentz, and he drops it incomplete, and their struggles continue here. Washington on 3rd down, just one conversion and 8 tries, not good. This is 3rd and 10, and he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side, and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
And it's incomplete.
Very easily could have been pass interference.
And they turn it over. Ron Rivera, the gambling type, but he comes up empty here. And the Vikings, they have the football now in excellent field position. First down, here's the run with Cook. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL, and he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
Play fake, Cousins. Open man is Thielen, it's complete. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Tell you what, partner, the way he's been slinging it in this one, I think he should be ticketed for a baseball cap and a set of headphones for the next drive. He's been absolutely sensational. But one thing we both learned about quarterbacks in this league, they often stay on the field longer than you expect.
Fighting for the end zone. He lost the football. It's out. And it's
Ain't
Washington that scoops it up. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Do you remember in preseason we were going to the different training camps and visiting teams, and we always would see the running backs working out and going through those gauntlet drills and, guys either slapping at the ball or the machines. You got to learn to take care of it.
Yeah, they lost it there. Big fumble. Now a first carry for their fullback. And from the 4, they get it to the 8 on a pickup of 4.
Good solid gain on 1st down, about what you'd expect from the big guy carrying the ball.
To throw on 2nd and 6, Wentz. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
I don't know what he's trying to throw it there.
Incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Here's Tressway now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. Averaging 50 yards a boot so far as this one's away.
call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And the Vikings, they'll be set up well as they take over in great field position. 1st and 10. Here's Madison running on 1st down. Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play. 2nd down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Here's Madison getting it again on 2nd, and he'll get it down on the play to the 37. 7 yards there and a 1st down. Another carry now for Madison. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Here's Cousins. That's a quick slant. He finds Adam Thielen. And they're going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 17-yard line. Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards. Go ahead. They'll go Madison up the middle. And he'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 14-yard line.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
On 2nd down, here's Nwangu. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. Call it a gain of 5 there on the run, but they'll remain a yard or 2 short here with 3rd down coming up. Working out of the gun, Cousins. The quick slant caught. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. It's a 9-yard gain, and it'll keep the drive moving. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair.
Yep.
So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. They've got it 1st and goal in a game that appears to have already been decided. They'll try to run with Madison, and he'll actually lose a little bit of yardage here. Back to the 2. A loss of 2 there. 2nd down.
Well, I know a defensive coordinator is going to be pretty excited about what he just saw there. Great knockback by their front. And now with the ball where it is.
And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
When coaches come into a game preaching total team effort, CD, I think this is the type of ball game that they're dreaming of. It was pretty apparent early on that they were clicking in all 3 phases. It's been fun to watch.
Yeah, sometimes in the NFL you end up with matchups like we've been watching here. And when you go back through the early drives, you can just see that one squad was on a different level in this game. Safe to say, we haven't been disappointed in watching their execution throughout this contest.
And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25.
A look at Washington as they come onto the field.
Facing a big 4th quarter deficit here, things not looking good. You know, this offense, though, they've been in the top half of the NFL so far this season, but in this one, well, their defense has really struggled.
Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Nice job by the defense figuring that play out and holding it to a short game, but I don't think the offense is going to be daunted. They actually accomplished their goal there. Now they've got them aware that they can throw a screen at them, maybe to slow the pass rush down a little bit, and they can throw it downfield.
On play action, it's Wentz.
Targeting Thomas on the out route, making the catch.
And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. Wentz now on 1st down. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down.
They ain't got none.
Now Wentz again. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. And the Vikings are going to take possession of the football.
Wow.
But with this advantage, this defense knew that passes were coming, and they stayed in position, Charles, and picked one off here in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, what a way to cap things off, huh? Because I think this is part of the game within the game. They see the scoreboard, they see what they can accomplish, and they went for it.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. Going to run with Madison again. And he gets it down to the 32. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. On the handoff, it's Madison. Nice effort defensively there from Cole Holcomb.
42-3.
Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them in this contest, the kind of performance that they're going to cherish.
So for the Vikings, they climbed to 6-2 on the year as they close in on the midpoint of this 17-game schedule. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Buffalo to take on the Bills. Meanwhile, for Washington, they are barely afloat as they fall to 4-5. And they'll look to get back in the winning column next week as they head to Philly to face off.
We don't care about them. Oh, yep. Let's upgrade them all. Week 10. Buffalo. Holy crap, guys. It starts getting tough. Defense coordinator trying to go out. We're going down pretty good, don't we? Oh, I got no money left. No, I'm gonna do. It's gonna be Buffalo 3-5. We're 6-2. Hell yeah. We're in first place in the standings. Appreciate you guys watching the stream. Please like, follow, all that good stuff. And have a good night.